Hi, Lali Dama here, and today I wanted to talk about how to keep our energy clear by understanding a little bit about how the ego works and how sometimes it can block us from having the life that we want and manifesting the things that we really want to come through. So basically, when we were little, our minds did not know how to source stress, and we didn't even know how to ask our parents, who were doing the best that they could to help us with the stress. So we developed this sort of patterning that becomes our ego that helps us to feel like if we blame ourselves for whatever the bad thing is that's going on or the uncomfortable feelings, then maybe at some point, someday, we might have control over the bad situation and we'll be able to fix it. So this becomes an automatic thing in our conscious mind and in our subconscious mind, but we don't really know it. So now we get older and we have this ego that protects us, but it also can hinder us. And how it hinders us is we don't know how to get through a lot of stress or crisis without actually blocking ourselves from that energy. So it's just really good to widen the lens and pull back our awareness, and I should say open our awareness and pull back the scope and look in and go, oh, so whenever I'm feeling uncomfortable, which happens daily, that's my ego. And so the first thing we can do, instead of blaming ourselves for something which when we were younger gave us the power to try to maybe change it at some point, but when we're an adult, we can go, oh, that's my ego protecting me. That's not my fault. The second thing then we can do is just try to breathe into that energy and be like, okay, so if it's not my fault, then I don't have to assign blame to anyone, because it's just, we're all just doing the best we can to get along. We are always going to get triggered because that's our protection thing. The other person's going to get triggered, and we can just kind of bring some awareness and space to that. The other thing, like I say in my other videos always, is once that happens and you can sort of forgive yourself in the moment for having your ego protect you, and that was a childlike awareness from the time you were young, then we can lean into curiosity and wonder and start asking ourselves questions like, I wonder what it would be like to feel better about this situation. And we don't have to get the answer in the moment. We just need to put some space around it, especially when we're triggered, or what I would like to call in primitive brain. The other thing that I think is really important is to know that once we're in primitive brain, it takes about a half an hour before we're really out of primitive brain. So we always want to be able to give ourselves the space, or ask our partner or whoever we're talking to for the space, so we can take the time to calm our nervous system down. Our ego really, I think, is, and what I've learned is, it's an overstimulated nervous system. So when we're overstimulated, we're going to react, and sometimes we're going to make things worse on purpose, which ultimately will always lead us to a negative energy spiral, which we know is blocking our beautiful part of us that is connected to all that is creating the life that we want. So today's tip is basically just to be really aware that when things are uncomfortable, we know it's our ego, and we can give ourselves space around that just by understanding it in the moment. Whenever I'm feeling uncomfortable, that's my ego. We forgive ourselves in the moment for that, and then we can lean into curiosity and wonder about how this could be better managed, or how just to, I think that in the moment that you're actually forgiving yourself for that initial response in your mind, and you may not even be saying something to somebody else, then we can automatically start feeling better and know that we're manifesting our best life. So thanks again for listening.